So I'm a pretty big fan of things involving the Second World War, and I blame my dad for this because, along with comic books, he also made me watch like every D-Day documentary known to mankind, and yeah. So basically speaking, I have a deep-seated hatred for evildoers, and I'm very pro Winston Churchill. I don't know. So when I can find good fan fiction that is based on something historical, I get very, very excited. So this one that I found, it's also in the Hetalia fandom. It's called The Start of Something Beautiful by Illuminated Shadow, and it basically follows a progression of relationship between the Netherlands and Canada. Now, during the Second World War, Netherlands was invaded by Germany, and it was terrible, terrible, terrible times, and the Canadians more or less came in there, and we took their royal family, we kept them in Ottawa, and then we basically slaughtered the Axis powers, and we saved Netherlands because, they have lots of tulips and they're totally worth saving. And it's just following the mission that happens afterwards because when you've done something like this, like maybe you, in your own relationship, you haven't necessarily saved someone from being, starved to death by this horrible regime, but you've done something worth, like, exceptionally worthwhile. And something comes out of that. So basically, that's what the story was about. Just the stuff that happens after you save someone's life, and it was very light and romantic. And I'm not much one for slash because I'm not really big on homosexuality. I mean, I prefer you to have someone who loves you for who you are, and I don't think a lot of the things that are out there that are against homosexuality are right by any means. But I really liked the story because Matthew is Canada, and Netherlands is also a male country, so it was really neat to see the two of them together and to see how Canada, and the opinion of Canada, changes during the war, because in all of the stories that I've read, Canada is very much kind of a joke, and even in real life, we're kind of a joke. And it's funny how easily you forget what we did and what we've done and what we continue to do, because we're always compared to the Americans, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing, but lately it's kind of a very sad thing to be compared as an American. But we've done so much for the world, and not to be all I'm holier than thou, but it's nice to know that some countries remember what we've done and continue, and then to continue that relationship with them. I know that sometimes when if some Canadians who go up to the Netherlands are still treated like first class people, just because of of where they come from and what their people have done for them. So I really enjoyed this exploration of a personified relationship between two different countries, and I think it really accurately describes the relations that Canada has with Netherlands as an actual country as a whole. So I think you'll like it. I think it's great, and it definitely deserves some more reviews.